Alright, this is part 2. Just because that was almost 30 minutes already, and I'm sure nobody really wants to sit there and listen to me for 30 minutes. Well, I mean, can break it up. Alright, so, my room. I plan on putting some shelves with some tools and stuff in it, since that just released, because you can hotbar swap with the shelves. Wait, did it not? Okay, that was weird. Yeah, I don't know what it is about realms, but sometimes when you sleep, it doesn't... the time just changes to night. This is my main room, where I've got sort of like a trophy room slash where I have like rarer items or just useful items. I've got multiple elytras. Need to actually stock up on... oh, well, that's disappointing. I'll get more rockets in a minute. I don't have the lava chicken disc right now because I can't find a chicken jockey. I don't know why I always saw them and now I don't find them ever. I've got plenty of all of them. Yeah, it's the kitchen area. It's just where I store all my food. Not that I eat anything but golden carrots. I've got a potion making room with a refilling water cauldron. I've got my own little small nether wart garden. This is my forge. Yeah, I mean, this has just got all my valuables in it. Tons of netherite scrap, stuff like that. Different tools. I think armor templates are right here. Yeah, I have all the armor templates currently available. Enchanting room. And then the storage room, which this is massive compared to what I had before, and it's not super organized, but in terms of like, you know, where everything's at, but everything's labeled, so. And I just put these guys up, or made these guys to help with organization. So out here is the other side of that cliff face from earlier, and we have the Temple of Goat. It took me forever, but all of these are screaming goats instead of the normal goats. I think they're supposed... well, there should be. Okay, yeah. Ow! Okay, I'm getting out of here. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, we're not doing this today. Nope. They are terrifying. Mostly because you'll end up getting charged by like 12 of them all at once. Alright, so, coming back out here. You know what, I didn't show you the upper level, but it's fine. It is just like a storage room with some farms in it. This is sort of the industrial area where farms are. This is like supposed to be a wheat factory, but it doesn't work because the villager is dumb and won't connect to the bed. This is broken at the moment, but this was my sugarcane farm, but I accidentally turned it off and on too fast, and it broke the flying machine that breaks the bamboo and pushes it around. I think that building's just empty. Yeah. And then from here over, there's not a whole lot for a moment. Oh, hey, new pig. Oh, lordy, I completely forgot about the new pigs and stuff. That's a whole nother project for the zoo. And so I built this town sort of like a, what is it called? Riverwood sort of style. They even have like a sawmill, but I called it Hermstead because, you know, got some shops. Nothing too crazy, just some general like things. Just areas for the villagers to play and sleep. They got like little target practice areas. Oh, I don't even know what ran off. This is the Inn of Bad Omen 3. I don't know why it's the third one, it just is. We've got like a little area, cook. There's 3 different rooms you can rent. The good one, the big one, and the best one, depending on how much you want to spend. And then they even have like a little storage area up here in the rafters. Sort of overgrown at the moment, but yeah. It's very much based off of the ends from like Skyrim. Um, Nothing too crazy. It's just a cute little farming town, trading, hub along the way from village to village. Up there is High Hrothgar. It's not actually, but I was really proud of my little mountain path that starts down here. Honestly, you can probably call this town more like Iverstead from Skyrim instead of Riverwood, since, it's on the way to... Oh, I am not about to climb the 10,000 billion steps. But as you can see, it winds up and around and through the snow. And if you're not careful, a lot of this is powdered snow. You will fall in. I've made that mistake too many times while not paying attention to where I'm going. So on the outside it looks fine, but then you get in, it's like tiny. Let's see, I'm trying not to accidentally go in the powdered snow. Alright, and going back. When the Cherry Grove biome first came out, I went and got a bunch of saplings and made a bunch more, and then I've got this cute little pond, flower paradise garden area. Made my own, like, tree and a lake. There was a lake here, I think, but it wasn't very big, but I widened it and made it look pretty. It's got a little camp area. As you go along, you'll find another one of my temples. Nothing crazy about any of these temples. They exist. Like I said, they're all very, very similar. Over here, I'm eventually going to convert this into all mycelium. It just takes a while because it has to be like dirt and not grass for it to spread. This is sort of like a witch's tower. There's nothing crazy in here. It's just straight up. I was thinking I wanted to make sort of like I was playing a bunch of Skyrim, so I was trying to make sort of like on Solstheim, where Neloth is with their big overgrown mushroom houses. Come this way. We will go that way in a second. Over here is the Nitwit Detention Center. Ignore this. This is all going to go away eventually. I was trying to build something, and yeah. So this is where we send nitwits if they're born. Unfortunately, there are normal villagers down there. And this is where I found there used to be a village over here too, and it got completely destroyed by zombies and creepers and everything. This is my end portal room. I actually found the end portal just digging around the village that used to be here. I just stumbled into the stronghold and I didn't know what the heck it was. So, but since then I have went through and we've got my cool checkerboard lava. It's got like all the mob styled blocks. And then there used to be a bed here. I don't know why it's gone. Just for respawn purposes, just in case, so you don't respawn super far away if you go to the end and die. There's nothing built in the end except for a long bridge that leads to the outer islands. Now, going back this way, we'll come back around. If you follow this path even further down, you'll start noticing lanterns hanging, a giant flag, kind of like the one in Ocarina of Time. Come this way. And this is what we call Black and White Village, because originally it was only a couple sets of houses that were both black and white, and then since then I had a pyramid built here, and then I tore it down because it was ugly, and then now I built this palace, and then I've got these stalls that I'm still working on. There's still a bunch of building materials. I still need to finish all this. I was thinking like a bazaar with traders and stuff. Yeah, the original town used to just be this little area right here with the pyramid in the back, but I went through and built sort of my Gerudo Town style palace with 2 seats, and then in each of these rooms there's a villager that has some, not you, has some enchantments before they do the enchantment thing. It might have already happened, but yeah, I got a Silk Touch and Mending over here. You can get in by sneaking. Yeah, but they've got nice little rooms. You can go through here, go upstairs to the top of the palace, and then you can see the source of all the water in the town is this little spring right here. Well, you can't even tell it's water, but it's actually a quick way down, but I don't feel like doing all that because then I have to come back up anyway to close the trapdoor. Got a small little farm area, nothing crazy. A lot of this was built a billion years ago. My roommate built this giant purple sphere for some reason. I'm still unsure, and he doesn't even know what it's for. He just kind of built it, and yeah, it exists. Also, this is like a half slab deeper than it needs to be or something, and there's torches underneath, so it kind of glows. Maybe not with vibrant visuals, but it glows in general. And then I'll probably need to sleep, because I would prefer to see the Colosseum, which is the last thing, really, other than the most obvious thing that's been on the map this whole time. We'll eventually get to that. This is like the last thing I want to show off real quick. Just over here. This is the Colosseum, and this is where I have all of the armor trims on armor in different styles. It's not every permutation, but oh lordy. But yeah, it took me a while whenever they released armor trims to go through and get all of them, but I think it's pretty cool. And that's basically it for stuff that we've built here, but I guess we'll address the elephant in the room. Let's see if I can, let's go a little faster. Oh, well, I guess I do need to show off the Nether Hub just a little bit. Come on now. We'll get there eventually. Ignore the floating trees, it's just weird world generation between updates. So there was an island here a long time ago that was vaguely triangle shaped, and we called it Triforce Island, and then Chris had the idea to actually make it into a Triforce. And so we gathered up a bunch of wool and concrete, and we made the Triforce on the map. So yeah, this exists, and it's really cool to be in the center of the map at all times, but yeah, there's not a whole lot of use for it. I told him he should like build underneath it or something, but who knows where all that EXP came from. Probably some zombie or something spawned up here, even though there was plenty of light. Alright, now for the Nether. At least this will be pretty quick, because it's only like 3 sections. So this is the newest section. It's based off the trial chambers. My roommate went through and kind of did a whole maze-like structure. As you can see, we're at what, 118 in height. So yeah. So this is Pt.2, and I was overhauling this and then got distracted by other projects, so that's why it's different. This was the original design, so you can kind of see the eras, and then on top of that he for some reason widened them even larger, even though I told him that gas can spawn, I think, in this sort of length. There are so many different things that I could show you, but it would be just a video of me riding in a minecart for thousands of blocks. But yeah, this is usually how we get around. Usually I just fly like this. But yeah, the jungle is like 6,000 or 7,000 blocks away in one direction, like 2,000 or 3,000 in the other. Down here, we've we've got the Mushroom Islands, which is in this portal. There's also a Froglight farm down there. I guess I'll show this one last thing off because it is pretty cool. If it's not nighttime. Alright, where are we at? I can never remember which direction to go. Is it this way? Or is it that way? I guess we'll find out in about 2 seconds. I'm just running out of rockets, so I don't really feel like... Oh, other way. Yep, towards the ice. This is how we fix everything. Because everything we have has mending on it, basically. This is my guardian farm, and oh my god, did it take forever. There's a mushroom biome right next to an ocean monument, palace, whatever. Huh. I don't know what I just saw floating around in there, but everything should be funneled up to here. So basically this is a trident killer, and after a couple of seconds they come in and you just turn it off. Or turn it on. And it kills everything, and then you just stand here and you get levels, and it heals your equipment. But yeah, basically it's just a string of pistons that move and push around a trident over and over again. I think there's actually like 2 or 3 tridents in there. And yeah, because you threw the trident, they drop experience, and if you're holding a looting sword, they even drop more loot. So yeah, you can just stand here and you can just watch your level. See, all my gear is already completely healed. And I guess that's it for now. I could go into the other towns, but they're mostly, like, the faraway ones are mostly Chris's doing. And it's basically just like fortified towns. Not to say they're bad, just, yeah. Alright, and yeah, that's, my world. I think it has the days played on the side. Pretty sure this specific world has had over at least 2,000 hours put into it. Probably more between both of us. But yeah, that's about it.